It's the summer of 1994, and here's a report from the future, coming to you from the newly opened Kansai International Airport, an airport that can be used for both international and domestic flights. As Japan's first round-the-clock airport open to the world, the Kansai International Airport is attracting international attention as the world's first full-scale airport built offshore on a man-made island. The airport island is 5 kilometers offshore and covers an almost rectangular tract of land, 4,370 by 1,250 meters, a total of 511 hectares. With its initial 3,500-meter long runway, it can handle 160,000 takeoffs and landings per year. On an annual basis, the airport can handle 19.9 million passengers on international flights and 10.8 million domestic passengers. It handles a capacity of 1.39 million tons of cargo a year. With an average of 454 flights a day, the airport services 190,000 people each day and night. So why was it built on a man-made island? Most major airports around the world were already operating on a round-the-clock basis when the initial plans for the Kansai International Airport were being mapped out. However, nighttime flights were restricted at the two major international airports in Japan. For Osaka International Airport, then the key aerial gateway to the Kansai area, the Japanese government was obliged to refuse applications from overseas airlines for the operation of new and additional services. The main reasons preventing expansion were noise pollution and other negative issues of environmental concern. Most Japanese cities are located in highly developed, densely populated areas. So if an airport is to be built in a large city, the site should ideally be offshore, away from the city centre, where there is no need to worry about noise or other environmental problems. This is the predominant reason the Kansai International Airport was built in the sea. Computer analysis indicated that for the noise level to be kept below the specified figure during the peak noise period, with 160,000 takeoffs and landings per year, the airport would have to be built 5 kilometers away from the nearest residential area. As Japan is a densely populated country, the only place to build it was in the sea. This concern for people was a key factor in making the final decision. Once all the problems had been cleared, the Kansai International Airport was able to establish itself not only as Japan's first 24-hour airport, but also as the world's first full-scale, low-noise airport built in the sea. The opening of the airport has helped bring Japan to the forefront in terms of modern 24-hour international airports, and possibly as a model for the 21st century. The project attracted the attention of a variety of organizations overseas. An international seminar and symposium was held in Osaka, attended by experts, many of whom were from abroad. As a model case for the opening of the Japanese market to international participation, an international design competition was held for the airport terminal building, based on a concept proposed by the Aéroport de Paris. The entry by Mr. Renzo Piano of Italy was adopted. This emphasized both function and amenity, the gigantic inner space of the structure harmoniously coexisting with its natural surroundings. The world's first offshore international airport was also one of the most ambitious. This was because the project involved overcoming numerous technical challenges, such as constructing an airport on an island reclaimed on a very soft foundation in very deep water. At the construction site, at an average depth of 18 meters, there was a layer of alluvial clay about 20 meters thick. This was a very soft, waterlogged layer. By reinforcing this clay layer by the sand drain method, its consolidation settlement was held at 5.5 meters before the airport opened. Let's see how consolidation settlement takes place. As you can see, water is pressed out of the waterlogged soil, which gradually solidifies as a result of the weight of the soil used for reclamation. Finally, the seabed comes down to and settles at the specified level. In the sand drain method, a passage for water is provided by driving vertical sand piles through the alluvial clay layer, and this accelerates the consolidation settlement. Under the alluvial layer, however, there was a diluvial stratum more than 400 meters thick, composed of alternate layers of sand and clay. The depth of this stratum and its unusual thickness made soil improvement impossible. The consolidation settlement was pre-calculated, therefore, and extra soil was used to compensate for the predicted settlement. The consolidation settlement of the diluvial layer, caused by the weight of the soil used for building the airport island, gradually slowed down. It had been brought to 4 meters by the time the airport opened. It's estimated that a final settlement of about 1.5 meters will take place during the 50 years after opening. The total volume of soil used for reclamation was 183 million cubic meters, approximate in volume to 70 Great Pyramids of Egypt. Even after such consolidation settlement, the airport island is secure at a height above sea level of 4 meters. This is more than enough for the safe operation of the airport. The Kansai International Airport, surmounting all the technical hurdles, was completed using the most advanced civil engineering technology over a 7.5-year period. Statistical data by the International Civil Aviation Organization indicates an annual growth rate in air travel within and to and from the Asia-Pacific region from 1985 to 95 of an amazingly high rate of 11%. This compares with a world average of 8% and a growth rate of 6% for Europe. Since the Kansai International Airport is in this fast-growing Asia-Pacific region, it will inevitably play an important role as an international gateway for the air transport network. It will also serve as a vital air traffic connecting point for traffic between Japan and Europe. Air traffic volume in Japan has also increased steadily during the past few years. This clearly reflects Japan's continuing economic development and its growing links with other countries. There is also the growing consumer demand for higher speed, efficiency and access. As a round-the-clock connecting point for international and domestic flights, the new airport will bring together the Kansai region and the rest of Japan with the world's major cities. The consequences and positive impact of the opening of the Kansai International Airport are therefore significant. The 3.75-kilometre bridge is a double-decker with a 6-lane expressway on top and 2 railway tracks on the lower deck. High-speed watercraft will also be available, all of these providing quick access to the major cities of the Kansai region. This Kansai region is one of Japan's 2 major economic zones, whose remarkable economic output is close to 2% of the world's GNP. The centre of the economic activity of Western Japan will be reached in an hour from the airport, and Kyoto and Nara, the 2 ancient capitals of Japan, are within 1.5 hours. The airport is a physical point of inspiration for both the economic and cultural development of Kansai. The construction of this airport ranks as a national priority for the Japanese government. The project is unusual in that it's being undertaken as a joint venture by both the public and private sector. 30% of the entire construction cost is being borne by the Japanese government, local governments and private enterprise. Responding to the rapid increase in air traffic and with the full backing of central and local government, the new Kansai International Airport is indeed an ambitious and visionary project.